Once upon a time in a prosperous city called Havenwood, there lived a wealthy family led by Mr. and Mrs. Darnell. They had only one son, Adrian, who was under immense pressure to marry early. However, Adrian was determined to find a responsible and genuine wife. Disillusioned by the superficiality of Havenwood's social scene, he devised a plan to disguise himself and relocate to a neighboring village in hopes of finding a sincere and humble lady. Havenwood was notorious for its luxurious lifestyle and shallow relationships, making it difficult to find a decent, down-to-earth woman. When Adrian revealed his plan to his parents, they were vehemently against it. They couldn't fathom their only son, the heir to a vast empire, living like a poor and lonely man in a remote village. However, Adrian was resolute. "Everyone here already knows who I am," he explained. "They would pretend to be someone they're not just to win my heart. If I want to find true love, I need to go where no one knows my name." Reluctantly, Mr. and Mrs. Darnell agreed but imposed a condition: Adrian had only 2 years to return with a bride. If he failed, they would choose a wife for him, and he would have no say in the matter. Determined to succeed, Adrian let his hair grow wild and left his beard unkempt. He bought cheap, worn-out clothes to complete his disguise. After a month of preparation, he set out on his journey. At the bus terminal, the driver, an older man named Ezra, asked where Adrian was headed. "I used to be a trader," Adrian replied solemnly, "but I lost everything. I'm looking for a village with kind and honest people where I can start afresh." Ezra, moved by Adrian's plight, suggested, "Why don't I take you to my village, Meadowbrook? The people there are kind and hardworking. You can rebuild your life there." Adrian gratefully accepted the offer. After a long drive, they arrived at Meadowbrook, a humble but charming village with basic amenities. Ezra introduced Adrian to his wife, Miriam, who welcomed him warmly after hearing his story. She prepared a modest but clean room for him, which Adrian appreciated without complaint. The next day, Adrian began his mission to find a responsible wife. Adapting to the village lifestyle was challenging, but he was determined. He secured a job at the market square as a wheelbarrow pusher, helping customers transport their goods home. Despite his strength, the job was grueling, and many villagers treated him with disdain because of his appearance and humble occupation. Still, Adrian persevered. After 18 months, Adrian was disheartened. None of the women he met showed the kindness and humility he sought. He decided to return to Havenwood and accept whoever his parents chose for him. When he shared his decision with Ezra, the driver encouraged him not to give up just yet. "Why don't you try the other market across the river? Some villagers prefer it, and you might meet new people there," Ezra suggested. A week later, Adrian started frequenting the suggested market. One afternoon, he spotted 2 women struggling with heavy purchases. He rushed over to help them. Their names were Elara and Miriam. While Elara was dismissive and rude, Miriam was polite and appreciative. As Adrian carried their goods, Elara constantly barked orders at him, while Miriam kindly warned him to be careful on the uneven road. When they reached their home, Elara went inside, leaving Miriam to handle the goods. Adrian offered to help, and as they walked together, they struck up a conversation. "Why does your sister treat you like that?" Adrian asked. "She's my stepsister, and she's older than me," Miriam explained with a shrug. "I suppose it's my duty to follow her instructions." Their conversation revealed that Miriam was an orphan. Her mother had passed away when she was young, and her father remarried a stern woman named Helena, who was Elara's mother. Tragically, Miriam's father also passed away, leaving her at the mercy of her stepmother and stepsister. Despite her hardships, Miriam remained humble and kind. Adrian was captivated by Miriam's gentle nature. The next day, he asked Miriam, Ezra's wife, about her. Miriam confirmed that Miriam was well loved in the village but had faced many hardships because Helena sabotaged every marriage proposal that came her way, insisting that suitors marry Elara instead. Determined to protect and love Miriam, Adrian decided he would marry her. For the next 3 months, Adrian and Miriam grew closer. They enjoyed each other's company whenever she came to the market. One day, unable to hold back his feelings, Adrian confessed his love. Miriam was taken aback. "But you don't know me," she protested. "I know you are kind and generous, Miriam." "That's all I need to know," Adrian said earnestly. "Will you marry me?" Miriam hesitated. "I'm afraid my stepmother won't make it easy for you." "Don't worry about her," Adrian assured her. "If you feel the same way, I'll handle everything." Overcome with emotion, Miriam accepted his proposal. Adrian lifted her joyfully, but their happiness was short-lived. Elara had been spying on them and ran home to inform Helena. When Adrian and Miriam arrived at Helena's home, she was waiting with a scowl. "So, the beggar wants to marry my useless stepdaughter," Helena sneered. "I love her and want to marry her," Adrian declared firmly. Helena laughed mockingly. "You can't even take care of yourself. How will you take care of her?" Adrian remained calm. "Tell me what it will take to marry Miriam, and I'll bring it in a week." Infuriated by his confidence, Helena wrote down a list of expensive items and threw it at him. Miriam glanced at the list and gasped at the total. "I'll be back in a week," Adrian promised. True to his word, Adrian returned to Havenwood, revealing his true identity. He convinced his father to approve the marriage and returned to Meadowbrook with a convoy of luxury cars and a bullion van filled with the items Helena demanded. Helena and Elara were stunned by Adrian's transformation. Miriam was initially upset by his deception but forgave him after he explained his intentions. They returned to Havenwood, where Miriam was transformed into a stunning bride. Adrian's family welcomed her with open arms, and their wedding became the talk of the city. The moral of the story is that humility, kindness, and perseverance open doors to unexpected blessings. Adrian's search for true love led him to Miriam, a woman whose character outshone any superficial beauty. Their union was a testament to the power of authenticity and compassion.